Sometimes it's necessary to change where objects start and end in their sequence as they're sewing out. I want to take a second and show you how you go ahead and change the start points and the end points of an object. As you can see here on the screen, I have a few different objects here. I have a run stitch, a satin stitch, a still stitch, and also a fill pattern. To change the start and end points, you come over here to your shape tool and you select it. Next, you go to your object and you select your object. You'll immediately notice with the shape tool that you're going to see a green arrow and a red arrow. The green arrow represents where this object is going to start sewing, and the red dot shows where it's going to end. So if you wanted to start, let's say, this run stitch right here, let's say you had another object that ended closest to this area, you go ahead and change your start point to anywhere you want along this line. We'll just go put it right here. Also, you have the ability to change your end point, and so what you can do with this is, let's just say we're going to move it and we want it to end right here. I'm going to right mouse click and then left mouse click. What I want to do is show you in the slow redraw how this works. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do it one stitch at a time. You'll see that it started right where we put that green dot, and it's going to go back. I'm just going one stitch at a time here, and you'll see that it will go all the way to the end and come back to where we had our end point. So you can see right here. So basically wherever you put that start and that end point is where it's going to start sewing and end sewing. Let's go back to our view here. Let me go ahead and select this satin stitch. As you can see with the satin stitch, you see a few other things in here. We've got angle lines for these stitches. But it's the same concept. Let's say that we wanted to start the design right here. We could move it over to there. Say we wanted to end it right here. We could do that as well. And that's going to change the start point and end point. Also, you have the ability to change sides. So let's say I wanted it to start up here and I wanted it to end right here. I'll right mouse click, and now let's go to a view slow redraw so you can see how this is going to work. So you can see that it started right where we had that start point. It's going to start sewing out, and you'll watch it'll go to the edge, come back. See right there. Let's go one stitch at a time here. So you'll see it'll go to the end and come back because the end point is right here. So let's go ahead and get all the way to the end there, and you can see that it changed the start point and the end point. Same thing for a still stitch. One thing you'll notice with the still stitch, even though it looks like a satin, you'll see that it still operates as like a single line function. So you can come in here and change your start points and end points wherever you want. I can even put the green start point over here and the red one over here, and that will change up the sequence, the sew order. Let's see, we'll come in here to this complex fill. Let's say that I wanted it to start right here and I want it to end, let's say, right here. I'm going to right mouse click. Now we'll just go do a slow redraw. You'll remember we put the start point right here, end point right here. I think we put our start point in right here, end point over here. We had our start point over here on this side for this object and ended over here. Now we have the start point on the right hand side here and end point right there. So let's go in and just do a slow redraw, and we'll just go through this really quick. You see it going through the motions there. So a lot of times you do want to change where an object starts and ends, and most of the time that's because you are wanting one object to end closest to the next object that it's going to sew. So in order to do that, a lot of times you do have to change your start points and your end points around. So it's very simple, very easy to do so. As you can see, you just need to go into your shape tool and then select the green arrow or a green dot for a start point and your red dot for the end point. So very simple, very easy. As you can see here, doing the final sew out, start it up over here, and you'll watch that it'll come out over here and then start coming back toward it. So based on where we put the end point. So it's very easy to do. take time to play around with the design. Select your shape tool, go in and select an object, and you can modify the start points and end points.